Hey, how are you? I'm Lisa D, and this is Rob Russo.
Hi, everybody.
We're at Rob's studio in Danbury, Connecticut right now. And we're going to go over how you can play rock, pop, blues, and any music you want on the violin other than classical. There's a specific scale that we use to play these different types of music like rock, pop, and blues. It's called the pentatonic scale. The pentatonic scale is really important because if you can play the notes in the pentatonic scale properly on the violin, you can play the solos over minor progressions in regular rock songs or blues songs. So the most important thing to know is what notes can you play in the pentatonic scale and why do we want to play them? We want to play them because about 80% of music that you're playing an instrument over is in the pentatonic scale. If you play a pentatonic scale over that song, it's going to sound wonderful. It's going to sound pleasant. The notes are not going to clash. If you play the wrong notes, it's going to sound terrible and you're not going to sound like it's naturally going along with the song. So that's why you want to use the pentatonic scale. Now the tones in the scale, there are 5 tones: the first, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the seventh, and the 8th. So you don't want to play the 2nd or the 6th tone in that scale.
No.
All right, so we're going to go over what fingers do you use on which strings in order to play a minor pentatonic scale. On the violin, you have your G, your D, your A, and your E string. Now to play any pentatonic scale, you put your first finger on the root note on the G string, and then you're going to follow the finger pattern I give you. So the first finger on the G string will be your root note, first finger. We're going to play A minor pentatonic, so I'm going to play this in first position because that's the position that my hand will be in when I put my first finger on the root note on G. So first finger on G, play A. Third finger on G, play C. Fourth finger on G, play D. First finger on D, playing E. Third finger on D, playing G. Fourth finger on D, playing A. Low second finger on A, playing a C natural. Third finger on A, playing a D. Fourth finger on A, playing E. Low second finger on E, playing an F natural. Third finger on E, playing an A. That's a 2-octave pentatonic scale. So again, on the G string, 1, 3, 4. On D string, 1, 3, 4. On A string, low 2, 3, 4. On E string, low 2 and 3. Add the note right before the root note on your G string to make it sound a little nicer. For the A minor scale, pentatonic, you can play any of the open string notes, G, D, A, and E, because those are notes in your scale. So when you're playing a solo over a minor progression, the notes you pick in your solo have to be notes that are from the minor pentatonic scale for them to not clash with the rest of the song. You're going to organize a few notes that I just gave you in your pattern into a phrase. A phrase is like a sentence when you're speaking. Certain notes have a different cadence than others. There's a different rhythm. You have to create a rhythm and a couple notes in a little phrase and repeat it. You want to repeat your phrases a few times, and then you want to augment the phrase, and then you can go back to the first repetition of the phrase and then move on. For example, that's an example of the phrase that you repeat, then you augment it. Then you move on to a new phrase, you string all those phrases together, and then you make a solo. It's like creating a little paragraph of
It sounds like you started your last phrase from where you ended the first phrase to augment the last phrase.
Yeah. You can start it in a different place, or you can just change one note. Whatever you'd like, it's going to be similar.
Well,
So,
let's play a progression and let's hear it.
Thank
solo
over in A minor progression. Yeah.
So you can subscribe to our pages, and you'll be able to find a lot more videos about how to play along with rock music.
More to come.